Are you looking to outsource some of your mundane tasks that are really taking you away from stuff that you should be doing and is more important and brings you more money? In the last decade, I've spent quite a lot of time being the cog, and I'm still very much the cog that does the thing. I draw the sites, I build the sites, I design the sites, I write main page content, I run Google ads and I run Facebook ads. Because I'm obsessive and I just love figuring out better ways to do this. But every time I do it, I actually record myself doing it and create an SOP of me doing it. The beautiful thing is with tools like Scribe How and Loom with their AI functionality, it's not just a video now, it's a video that's followed by a transcript, that's followed by a automatic custom GPTs that will create my transcript into a to-do list or an SOP. Loom on its own has good functionality there. And so the way I go about hiring people, and they say they hire and fire fast, I've actually never really fired anyone. I just help people with their next phase. Everyone that I have hired in the last decade, I don't want to use the corny line, I treat them like family, but at the end of the day, they're human and we try to help them however we can. Like especially the team in the Philippines, when a typhoon hits or someone's in trouble and they need to go to the hospital, like we will step in and just help them and pay for the surgery, give them time off, and you look after people and people look after you. But from a outsourcing perspective, and I'm really careful of, I rarely hire people that come with their own skill set. I shouldn't say that. With what I do, I've done that 1,000,000 times. I've done that 1,000 times. I've recorded 50 videos before I hire a person to do that role. Now that obviously will change with time when I need to hire more specialists and more seniors that will tell me how to drive the ship. But up until this date, everyone that I've hired them and given them my firm SOPs on how I want the sites designed, how I want the images optimized, how to optimize images. And that means that every single 6 months or every quarter, a lot of the time we need to go back and revisit those SOPs and rewrite them. But if you're looking to outsource some mundane tasks, the way I would do it if I were you is exactly how it's worked for me, which is sit down, record you doing it. Now obviously I'm talking about digital things, admin things, record you doing it. Show the custom GPTs, show the prompts that you use. And after a few videos, you'll understand the pattern of things. Then create those training videos and organize them in something like Notion. So in Notion, we have wikis, a wiki for designers, a wiki for SEOs, a wiki for link builders, a wiki for whatever it is. So when I'm hiring people, I already have these intro videos. And I actually like to start with a welcome to the company video where I introduce them to myself, my background, how I got into this, and tying what it is that they're doing with the end goal. If they can't explain how the work that they do directly ties to the company's successes, in which ours is really clear cut. We want to help companies succeed. We want to help people succeed. We want to build businesses succeed. So if you're creating a blog, that blog has to be extremely well written, researched, optimized. That blog will generate exposure from Google. Traffic leads to trust with Google, leads to inquiries and things like that. So it's really clear how any of the teams benefit the success of the client, not the company, the client. Everything has to benefit the client. Clients come first. So the designers, the researchers, the link builders and things like that. So there's always an intro to the team. There's an intro to the company that I do, and I refresh that every so often. Things it's more or less the same. It's just I like to showcase fresher projects that we're currently working on, and then an intro to the team and how the team works, and I demonstrate how the job management system works, the CRM works, because that changes with time as well. So when I'm hiring someone, I can give them test jobs to do. So here are a few videos of me doing it. Here are a few test jobs for you to do. Just watch my videos and do them, and then send me the final results. And a lot of the time I pay for that time anyway before I choose who's most suitable, especially if it takes a few hours to do. I don't expect free work from anyone. And what I find is along the way, I say, guys or girls, this is just the direction. This is just how I do it. In your resume, you've been a blog writer for 6 years or 7 years. I'm interested to see what you do. And I always, because I have so many hundreds of sites that I own that are test sites, I'm not afraid to just give them a site and say, hey, flap your wings. Do that thing that you normally do. Do that thing that you enjoy doing. I want to see the results, because you can track everything. You can track the new traffic that's come there. You can track the rankings and things like that. So for example, I'm evolving our main page content team further. We're hiring more writers and things like that. Main page content is basically service pages, because we're now just expanding our pages on our client sites so much and going after little clusters of key terms. So for example, for an accounting website, we'll build industry pages, accounting for doctors, and that requires specialist content on it. It requires research, and it requires optimization from Google's perspective. So a really simple way and a process that we've been using for the last decade is, let's look at the competitors. Let's look at how many times the word accountants for doctors have been used, or the word doctors. Let's have a look at the intent. Let's map out some basic text, make sure that text has expertise, trust, authority, and experience, right? All that kind of stuff. That requires a lot of time. And so here are the videos of me doing it. And then I ask, how would you do it better? And they're like, oh, in the past I've done this. And they explain. I'm like, okay, go for it. And so I let them flap their wings. And because at the end of the day, they've probably done it more than me if they've been doing that one thing for how many years. Then I also love to ask the question, what is it that you're actually interested in? Do you play computer games, sports? Sometimes I'll look at getting them health insurance in their country, whichever country they're in, or helping them with a gym membership, or give them a subscription to Les Mills Live, so they help them buy a treadmill. We always upgrade their PCs. At the end of the day, give them more health, give them more genuine life benefit, and also ask them, hey, our agency, we do this and this. Are you interested in learning new things? Some people are not. Are you interested in training? Are you interested in recruitment, management? Some people are not. If they show interest in training, I always incentivize and I pay them an extra for training other people. Onboarding and things like that. I'll pay for the person who referred and the person who trained. And you get a pattern of behaviors and who enjoys it and who wants to do it more. And people just fall into positions. So I'm quite flexible, and if someone's been a blog writer for me for the last 5 years and they want to learn Facebook ads, I'll just give them access to a few of my accounts. I'll give them my training videos. Here, we know we need to run a few of these ads, go ahead, fire it up. And someone that applies sort of passion and love and a desire to figure it out actually does far better work than some people that's their job to do and they're not really interested in doing it. So once again, map out the process. Google what a standard operational procedure is, ask ChatGPT to give you a template or whatnot, then sit down, record a video of you doing it, try break it up into not long videos, 5-10 minutes max. If it needs to go for 30 minutes, you need to break it up. I use Notion, how to create, research, introduction, structure, what tools we're using, what logins and things like that, user access, Google Drives, file management, all that kind of stuff. And so the goal is not to expect them to just bang, jump in and handle it. There's going to be training involved. There's going to be a lot more time for you to train them up. What I've started doing a lot is I've been actually recording the first training videos where I'm showing them and I'm chatting with them, and I record my screen. That way it goes into a folder where they can look back on the thing that Eugene was just showing me. Because a lot of the time they've got custom questions and they're comfortable with one thing, but they've never seen the inside of WordPress or that particular button that I've just pressed. And the goal is, if this person can relieve you 20% of that job, 5%, 10%, but slowly it'll be 40%, then you've got something that is beautiful and potentially scalable. I think now we're, 40, 50 people by now. Some people work full-time, some people work part-time. A lot of things are KPI per hour. We know how long those jobs take because here's the SOP of us doing it. We add extra 25 to 30% of just fluffy time because people have different computers and internet and stuff like that, but we know how long things take. And that helps me understand not just profitability, how long things will take and how complex they are to build, laying out 100 blogs for a client. One blog is 4 different teams that we have that makes them. Hope that helps. Standard operational procedures. Yeah, delegate or die is the word, I think.